Welcome, little listeners, to tonight's bedtime story on our magical podcast, where dreams take flight and adventures are as big as your imagination. Today, we have a delightful story about the Smith family and their journey to finding the perfect pet. It's a tale of laughter, learning, and togetherness. So, sit back, relax, and let's dive into today's story, the Smith family's perfect pet. The Smith family was a lively bunch. There was Dad, who loved reading books, Mom, who adored gardening, Emma, the energetic 8-year-old with a passion for dancing, and Jake, her 10-year-old brother, who was obsessed with video games. One sunny Saturday morning, they all gathered in the living room to discuss a very important topic: getting a family pet. "I think we should get a dog," Emma exclaimed. "They're fun and playful, just like me." "No way," Jake argued. "Cats are way cooler. They don't need as much attention, and they're super smart." Mom chimed in. "How about a bird? They're beautiful and can sing lovely songs while I work in the garden." Dad, looking up from his book, suggested, "What about a fish? They're easy to take care of and are very calming." With so many opinions, the Smiths decided to visit the animal shelter to see which pet would be the best fit for their family. As they walked through the doors of the animal shelter, they were greeted by a friendly volunteer who showed them around. Emma immediately ran to the dog section. She fell in love with a playful golden retriever named Max. "Look at him, Mom, he's perfect," she said, giggling as Max licked her face. Meanwhile, Jake found his way to the cat area. A sleek black cat named Shadow caught his eye. "This cat is awesome. Look how mysterious and cool he is," Jake said, petting Shadow, who purred in response. Mom wandered over to the bird cages, enchanted by a bright yellow canary singing a cheerful tune. "Listen to that song. It would be lovely to hear this every day," she said, smiling. Dad, on the other hand, was fascinated by the aquarium section. He watched colorful fish swim gracefully and thought, "These fish are so peaceful, they'd make a beautiful addition to our home." They also saw hamsters, rabbits, and even a friendly turtle. Each family member had their own favorite, and the debate continued. That evening, the Smiths sat around the dinner table, each presenting their case for their chosen pet. The discussion was lively, with everyone passionately advocating for their favorite animal. Dad said, "Why don't we make a list of all the pets and their pros and cons? That might help us decide." They listed the dog, cat, bird, fish, hamster, rabbit, and turtle. As they talked, they realized that while each pet had its unique charm, they needed to find one that everyone could enjoy and care for together. The next day, they returned to the shelter for a final look. As they walked to the dog section again, Max the golden retriever bounded over to them, tail wagging furiously. Emma's eyes lit up. Jake, who had initially preferred a cat, found himself captivated by Max's friendly nature. Mom and Dad watched as Emma and Jake played with Max. Mom noticed how Max's energy mirrored Emma's and how his gentle demeanor made even Jake smile. Dad saw how Max seemed to bring the whole family together. "I think we found our pet," Dad said, smiling. Mom nodded. "Max it is." Emma loved dancing, and Max quickly became her enthusiastic partner. Every afternoon after school, Emma would put on her favorite music and start dancing around the living room. Max would join in, hopping and twirling beside her. One day, Emma decided to teach Max some simple dance moves. She held out a treat and guided him to spin in a circle. Max caught on quickly, and soon they were performing a little routine together. Emma laughed and clapped as Max followed her moves, his tail wagging excitedly. "Max, you're the best dance partner ever," Emma exclaimed, hugging him tightly. Jake, who initially preferred a cat, found an unexpected joy in having Max as his adventure buddy. He discovered that Max loved exploring just as much as he did. They spent weekends playing in the backyard, building obstacle courses and even setting up little treasure hunts. "Good boy, Max. You're a real detective," Jake said, patting Max's head. Mom enjoyed her quiet time in the garden, and Max became her loyal companion. Every morning she would head outside with her gardening tools and Max would trot along beside her. He would sit nearby, watching as she tended to her plants. One day, as Mom was planting new flowers, Max started digging a hole right next to her. At first, she was worried he might ruin her garden, but she quickly realized he was trying to help. She showed him where to dig, and together they planted a beautiful row of marigolds. "Thanks for your help, Max. You're a great gardening buddy," Mom said, smiling at him. Dad loved his quiet moments with a good book, and Max became his perfect reading pal. Every evening, Dad would sit in his favorite chair with a book, and Max would curl up at his feet. The gentle presence of Max made Dad's reading time even more enjoyable. One rainy afternoon, Dad decided to read out loud to Max. He picked a classic adventure story and started reading, his voice filling the room. Max listened attentively, his head resting on Dad's knee. It became their special routine, and Dad loved the quiet companionship. One day, Emma came home from school to find her favorite shoes chewed up and scattered across the living room. She burst into tears, and Max, sensing her distress, looked guilty. Mom quickly intervened. "Emma, we need to remember that Max is still learning. Let's find a way to keep our things safe and help him understand what's okay to chew." "It's okay, Max. I know you didn't mean to," Emma said, hugging him. "We learn together." Together, they set up a designated area for Max's toys and treats. They also made a habit of putting away shoes and other items that Max might be tempted to chew. Emma spent extra time teaching Max to chew on his toys instead. Jake was frustrated one night when Max kept barking at the slightest sound outside. The family was losing sleep, and they needed a solution. Dad suggested, "Let's try to figure out what's causing the barking. Maybe he's hearing things we can't." They discovered that Max was reacting to nocturnal animals outside. They decided to install a white noise machine in the living room to mask the sounds. Additionally, they created a bedtime routine for Max to help him feel more secure and relaxed at night. After a few nights, Max's barking reduced significantly. "Good boy, Max. We're all sleeping better now," Jake said, giving Max a treat. Mom found herself cleaning up after Max more often than she'd like. Potty training was proving to be a bigger challenge than expected. "I think we need a consistent schedule for Max," Mom said. "Let's take him out at the same times every day and praise him when he does well." The whole family got involved. They took turns taking Max outside regularly, especially after meals and before bedtime. They praised and rewarded him whenever he did his business outside. Gradually, Max learned the routine and had fewer accidents. "We did it, Max. You're getting the hang of it," Mom cheered, giving him a big hug. Max was due for his vaccinations, and the idea of going to the vet made him nervous. On their first visit, he trembled and refused to enter the clinic. Dad suggested, "Let's make this a positive experience for Max. We'll bring his favorite treats and toys to help him feel more comfortable." At the next vet visit, they arrived early to give Max time to adjust. They played with him in the waiting room, offered treats, and spoke soothingly. The vet even allowed them to stay close during the checkup. By the end of the visit, Max was more relaxed, and the family felt relieved. "You did great, Max. We're so proud of you," Dad said, petting Max reassuringly. Max had been with the Smith family for a year, and his presence had transformed their lives in countless ways. One day, they each took a moment to reflect on how Max had deepened their bonds and brought joy into their home. Emma looked at Max with a smile. "Max, you've taught me so much about patience and responsibility. I love our dance sessions, and I'll never forget the day we perfected our spin move. You're not just my pet, you're my best friend and dance partner." Emma felt more confident and responsible, taking pride in caring for Max and teaching him new tricks. Her bond with Max had also given her a sense of companionship and unconditional love. Jake scratched Max behind the ears, a soft smile on his face. "I never thought I'd love having a dog this much. Max, you've turned my video game breaks into exciting outdoor adventures. Thanks for being my detective partner and always cheering me up." Max had encouraged Jake to spend more time outdoors and engage in physical activities. Their treasure hunts and obstacle courses had not only strengthened their bond but also improved Jake's problem-solving skills and creativity. Mom gently patted Max's head. "Max, you've been my little helper in the garden and my constant companion. I love how you sit with me while I plant flowers, and your playful digging always makes me smile. You've brought so much peace and joy into my life." Max's presence in the garden had made Mom's hobby even more enjoyable. She appreciated the companionship and the moments of tranquility they shared. Max had also brought a sense of fun and spontaneity to her daily routine. Dad looked at Max with gratitude. "Max, our reading sessions are the highlight of my day. You've taught me to slow down and appreciate the simple pleasures in life. Your loyalty and love have brought us all closer together." Max had also reminded Dad of the importance of family and the joy of spending quality time together. As a family, the Smiths had grown closer through their shared experiences with Max. They had learned to work together, support each other, and celebrate their differences. Max's playful energy, unconditional love, and loyalty had strengthened their bonds and created a warm, loving home. Max had become more than just a pet. He was a beloved family member who had touched each of their lives in unique and meaningful ways. The Smiths knew that their adventures with Max were just beginning, and they looked forward to many more years of love and laughter together. Max was home, and the Smiths couldn't imagine life without him. They knew that with Max by their side, their family would continue to grow stronger and more connected, facing every challenge and celebrating every joy together. And that, dear listeners, is the story of the Smith family and their beloved dog, Max. From playful dance sessions to adventurous treasure hunts, Max brought joy and unity to their home, proving that sometimes the best family member comes with 4 legs and a wagging tail. We hope you enjoyed this heartwarming tale and felt the love and laughter that Max brought into their lives. Remember, the bond we share with our pets can bring out the best in us, teaching us valuable lessons about patience, responsibility, and unconditional love. If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe and share with your friends and family. Until next time, cherish those special moments with your loved ones and keep spreading the love.